Today on AJ's World of Bodybuilding, we are joined by four-time Arnold Classic champion and Mr. Olympia winner Brandon Curry. Join us in part one of this exclusive interview on AJ's World of Bodybuilding with Brandon Curry, and let's get straight into it. Woo! Back in the game. Welcome back. Welcome everyone to AJ's World of Bodybuilding, and today, finally, Mr. Olympia champion, four-time Arnold Classic winner, and I've already bought the Brandon Curry thong. You remember this one? Yes, there you go. That's that Brandon Curry thong. That I'm saving it for this year's Olympia victory. So
that's a good color, man. It's a good color.
It's already bought. So that's impressive. I hope you like that one.
Hey, that's really impressive, man. You got some tricks in your bag, man.
Got
some tricks in your bag.
Let's get this out of the way first. Fans of Brandon Curry are feeling we feel disrespected. We feel disrespected because of the video of our friend there, and we feel disrespectful. It hurts because the people that know you, that really know you, we know how you treat the fans, how you treat people. You treat, even if we are a big star or a regular person, you treat people the same with your time. You don't speak bad about anyone. And when you've been top 2 in the world for 3 years in a row, what do you feel?
For me, it's an afterthought, and it's kind of like life, you know. It's really life. You know, whenever you're doing something, you're always gonna have people gonna criticize and, you know, maybe bring some slander into the mix. But it's just part of the process. It's bodybuilding to me. It's nothing I haven't dealt with before. I'm still dealing with similar stuff. It's just a different person on a different scale. But for me, it's pretty normal. I mean, if this stuff is not going on, then my life is probably pretty mundane. And if it wasn't for other people telling me about it, I probably would have never known about it in the first place, because I don't really follow a lot of Nick stuff, and I'm definitely not on YouTube just looking at all the bodybuilding info I can find all the time. So it would be an afterthought for me. I wouldn't know. So people, you know, they looking out for me. They let me know what was going on, what was being said, and everything. And I just find it interesting, you know, that I'm the subject of attention, and it happens. It's a part of bodybuilding. It's no big deal. No big deal whatsoever.
205, not even top 10, and all this. What?
Hey man, you got to make the speculations. You got to give the fans, some of that juiciness. You know, some of those things to get that kind of attention. You know, I like when the odds are against me. You know, I tend to do better when the odds are against me than when they're for me. It seems in my history. So, come what may, you know, come allegations, come speculations, come what may. It's just one of those things that get you zoned in and let you know you're in the battle. You know, you got something to actually fight and battle for, because without all the noise, you know, I just in my peaceful little world, living day to day.
But do you feel, when you say against, do you feel really like an underdog at all at this Olympia? Do you have that feeling?
I would like to feel that way. I'm comfortable feeling that way. You know, I'm one of them guys. I haven't spent my career on the top. I spent my career climbing the ladder, you know, fighting to get to the top, fighting to show that I'm one of the top guys in the world. So for me, that's the normal. me being on top, me being one of the top guys is the abnormal thing. So being from the top, on the top of the mountain, you gotta look for motivation in other places. And fortunately for me, it just comes and sits itself right in my lap from time to time. So I don't have to go far. I don't have to really look for it. It just comes to me. So, it's a good motivation for me to recognize, yeah, I still got some opposition. I still got some people doubting what I'm capable of, and that's gonna put a fire under me. So, it's not about necessarily proving people wrong, but it's more about, hey, you got somebody that's challenging you, and challenging what they think you can do. So I'm always up to stepping up to the challenge and seeing what I can put into it and see what I can get out of it. So I think I'm very capable of winning the title this year, and I just got to prove that to the world.
Yeah, as Dwayne Johnson said, is he taking the win at this Olympia? That's a fan.
Yes.
That's not The Rock, by the way.
Oh man, damn, man, you got me excited.
That would be something.
Yeah, it's like it's about time, Dwayne. About time. Nah, he's hit me up with some Instagram messages before, so it's not totally abnormal. Yeah. So, but as far as that, as far as I would have it, of course, I would want to win every time. So God willing, we put together the game plan this year to take the title back and be the champion this year. That's the goal, man. I've reached the top. What other goal do I have besides winning?
2020, you had extra motivation to beat Phil Heath. Yep. You did just that. Not everyone thought you could do it, but you did it. You said before that you underestimated a little bit Big Ramey in 2020.
Well, it wasn't even I guess it was not an estimation of Big Ramey. He got in on a special invite. It just wasn't some guy I was considering to be challenging for the title. I put all my eggs on Phil Heath, so I don't think I underestimated him. I know he's capable, but I just didn't consider him as a guy that's going to challenge the title that year because my focus was elsewhere, and I thought this was my once in a lifetime chance to really go head to head with the champ that I respected so much and I looked up to coming up, just following in the little footsteps of Phil Heath. It's trying to see, okay, when I'm going to be good enough to actually, compete and go toe to toe with him on stage. Am I finally ready to go toe to toe with Phil Heath? And that's what I was thinking about because that's one of my dreams, and that was one of the things that I was anticipating my whole career. So, Big Ramey wasn't in my imagination at that point.
Quick thing, do you believe there's a lot of rumors and things we don't know with this special invite? It doesn't matter how he got it, did not get it, but do you believe in special invites?
Whether I believe in special invites or not, they exist. Yeah. So it doesn't matter what I believe. Obviously, they're gonna give them out. I mean, they're giving out before I've been competing. I mean, I know Gunther Camp was a recipient of many Olympia special invites. So I know they got a tradition. They do what they want to do, man. Who am I to say what they are to do or not? I mean, they paying me. I'm not paying them.
Yeah, because it's Derek Lunsford is if he's doing the Open, he needs a special invite. That's why I asked if you think that's okay. If you were the one who made the decision.
If I made a decision, just for the sake of the other competitors, I would just, I would say no. But if I was looking at it as a strictly business decision, and I was thinking about, what I could profit from that, then it would make, sensible change. It will make money, so I would do it. But I tend not to think all about the money. So I think about the athletes, and I want them to feel respected in a sense, I guess you would say.
Big Ramey now, 2 years. Each year, I get a lot of DMs from Ramey fans threatening to kill me because I'm so into Brandon. Someone's called my mother names and I'm this and I'm that just because it's too much Brandon Curry on my Instagram. But I had it very close both years. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased, so I would say you were the winner. But obviously, bodybuilding is subjective, so people can say what they want. But a lot of the American experts, legends, after the Olympia 2021 came out and said they had you win it. but 2 years now, 2 close battles to Ramey. What's the game plan for this year? What will change this year?
Well, considering the last two Olympias battling Ramey, I really didn't have the time that I would normally traditionally put in for Olympia prep for both of those years. Just because, you know, some of the travel restrictions with all the COVID hysteria and whatnot kind of set me back in 2020 and in 2021. So I was still able to come in good, and that's not an excuse whatsoever. We made the most out of the time, but you know, I think with more time, like we had in 2019, we'll be able to, you know, bring in a nice fuller package. I would like to see, you know, that package against a Ramey package because he wasn't on stage, of course, in 2019.
Nope.
But I would like to see that big, full, thicker package on stage, maybe with some more conditioning, some separation, of course. But I like to see, you know, because that year I was probably at my biggest and strongest, you know, had the mountain man beard that year before I hit the stage and everything. And it was just a different kind of year, man. As far as the way my body was responding, I guess it was more than likely because of the time that we put in. But you know, I think with more time we could get to that and be able to really push, you know, whatever mass guy stands on stage, you know, just make that not a question. Because I was that impressed with that look. I know a lot of people like that 2019 Arnold look.
Yeah.
But I really, you know, my opinion, you know, even though it was nice and condition and lines, I think that 2019 Olympia look would eat that Arnold look, you know, was standing side by side, and the pictures won't do it justice, but I think it would eat it because I just know how I felt, and I know the differences in condition and fullness, and it was just a different kind of feel. So I'm trying to get back to that, and the only way I'm gonna get back to that is just putting a little bit more time, put some more time in the lab, and you know, just put some more focus on bodybuilding. You know, going to Kuwait and doing that, it's no problem. We can do things real fast, like, and still win shows in 10, 11 weeks, or we can, you know, put in more time and still win shows. We've been able to do it either way, whatever conditions we've been given. So, you know, the goal is to win, but we just want more work to kind of refine and just bring in that knockout package. You know, and that's even if, you know, Ramey's living good right now. And you know,
how do you know he's looking good? We only seen him in a t-shirt looking really big, and that's nice to see.
I didn't say looking good.
Oh no,
I said living good.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yes, he's living very well.
Ramey's living good. Sometimes when you're living good, you know, real good, you know, this little sport of bodybuilding where you know you're struggling and suffering, you know, it's just not as appealing, you know, when your belly's full and your pockets are full and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, hopefully he's motivated to come in and take that title back, because you know, otherwise it's gonna be like a 2019 year. I'm gonna look like a beast, and they say, "Oh man, well he didn't show up, and you won it because of this reason," which I'm fine with that. If I'm fine with that. It don't bother me, but I know people are gonna have something to say, of course. So hopefully he shows up and he's ready to step to the table, and I can bring a physique to challenge him on stage. So hopefully it'll go that way. But you know, out of everything I've been hearing, you know, it's still speculation at this point, as far as if he's even gonna come and challenge the Olympia stage this year. Last I heard, he was shooting a commercial for FIFA. I'm like, ooh, that's big time, man. I'm happy for him. That's big time. That was from another Egyptian I know that was traveling back to the U.S. I think it was last week with my daughter's friends. And he said, I guess he talked to Ramey on the flight and everything, and he was traveling as well, doing a commercial, I guess, for a FIFA or something like that. So that's huge. If he's doing that, my hat goes off to him. And you know, bodybuilding, he'll be the Arnold of Egypt, you know, if he keeps on doing all that kind of stuff. So that's what's up.
Because some American fans are saying he's not doing a good job as a Mr. Olympia representative. I disagree, because I think he does a good job outside America. And what's your opinion?
I think I think Americans, we just don't see what he's doing and what he's involved in, because he's kind of been isolated to the Middle East, where, you know, and they I wouldn't say Ramey's been necessarily a bad ambassador for the sport, because once I look at the bigger picture and seeing some of the things and hearing some of the things from people in the Middle East, he's definitely active in the Middle East, which is, it's also important for the sport. But like I said, on the American side, we're used to seeing what the Olympia champions are doing, and he's not really been active in the U.S. So, that's kind of hurt him as far as the U.S. perspective. But I'm sure that he has a lot of happy fans in the Middle East. Sorry, somebody's mowing their yard. Under my neighbors right now. So,
you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. When will you go to Kuwait? When is the plan to go to Kuwait? When are you leaving?
I can't be specific, very specific, because you kind of keep some things in the wraps. But we're looking at August. August will be around the time that we'll leave for Kuwait, giving us more than enough time in comparison to normal to prep for the Olympia being in December. So yeah, August is the plan, and I got a couple things to settle in the U.S., couple travel dates and stuff like that. But then after that, I'll be headed right back to work and going to where we make the magic happen. So we'll be back training, under the guide of Abdullah, and the training actually under the guise of Ahmed Al Naki. So we'll just be back to it, trying to put in work to get better. I'm known for doing just amazing things when I'm there. So if it's not broke, there's no reason to fix it.
But you're going there now. We saw you at the Arnold Classic, the Pittsburgh guest posing. You were, as you said, you were off all supplements. You were down in size, but now, as people clearly can see on the screen, you'll be going out to Kuwait in great shape.
Well, the plan strategically is for me to go out to Kuwait probably around, if I a comfortable 70 pounds, 270 pounds, somewhere around that range.
270.
Yeah. If we can go out there around that weight, that's ideal. That's what they requested of me. So if life is not too crazy at home, that should be easy to do. I did get sick this week, the day before 4th of July. Randomly took me out of the gym till yesterday, actually.
Okay.
Because I had body aches and whatnot, high fever, all this kind of stuff. So I didn't want to be around people or just trying to push my body being stupid. But I don't know what that was due, because we were out at track meet for the weekend, 2 days in the hot sun and heat. I think they got to me. I think that really got to me, because I hadn't been out in the elements as much as I probably should have. But the heat out here, probably all around the world, has been ridiculous.
It must be horrible to live in Tennessee with this heat. It must be horrible.
It's brutal. I mean, it was brutal just to be outside. I mean, you spend more of your time inside, it's fine. But being outside at a track meet, I loved it, had a good time. But man, by the time we got home, my body was feeling it. My body was feeling it. So
right now, how much are you right now?
I just say I got about maximum 10 pounds a game, maximum, probably less, but 10 pounds to reach that 270 mark.
And how much were you at Pittsburgh?
I don't remember what I weighed at Pittsburgh, to be honest. I wasn't really stepping on the scale. I told Jim I'm showing up, doing it for him, and just showing my respect. You know what I'm saying? I said I probably don't look the best, but I told him what I was doing, and he was like, "Oh man, you look fine. Don't worry about it." So I went up there and I did my thing. Because he knew it was kind of different anyway. Normally that's like a mark pinpoint for us, because we think about September. So you want to go there, be a certain look, be a certain way that kind of sets you up for the plans going into September. Being that it shows in December, that May date is kind of irrelevant to that checkpoint time. So being a veteran that I am, and not really worried about what people got to say. I just I went out there to pay my respect and do what I had to do, because I know they're gonna speculate and look at that. And young athletes, they're young, their body's young. they can push and be okay. But I've been in this game a while now, and I like to pace myself. You know what I'm saying?
So you talked to Mr. Jim Mannion before, because for us fans, the Pittsburgh Pro, we don't have much. You know, Brandon, the big stars, they don't compete that much. You know what I mean? Yourself, Hunter Labrada, Nick Walker, Hadi Chupan, Big Ramey. We don't see them throughout the regular season. And throughout the regular season, we saw all this great young talent, but we don't see the main draw. So for us, when we get this super excitement, oh, we're gonna. So it's a big deal for us. But were you worried, like, at all about after? No.
No. I wasn't worried at all. Nothing to worry about. I mean, I was, I just had people, give me a good advice. Tell Jim what's going on, let him know everything is going on, and see how he feels about it, and just do your thing. I'm not concerned. I mean, I just know from experience. I wasn't going there to win a guest posing in Pittsburgh. That's not what my goal was. So, being that was my goal, I didn't have those kind of expectations. I just went out there to have fun. And I know at the end of the day, it's not gonna matter till we're on stage, standing side by side on the Olympia stage. That's what matters. Now, if I was young, maybe when I was younger, and I had a big ego, and I was worried about what everybody thought about me and what everybody had to say, then maybe I'll be concerned. But at this point, I've been in the game, and people have been talking about me like my whole career. So people talking about me I'm over that already. That's not a factor that affects me anymore. And things like health and pacing myself is way more important than showing up, just for a guest posing to, I don't know, maybe scare my opponents or somewhat. I'd rather, on a second note, maybe they have extra confidence, maybe they have extra confidence in themselves that they can challenge me on stage at Olympia. I think that works in my favor, because when I come and I show up and they see me backstage and I disrobe, and then, they can suck confidence right out of you. I've seen it before in front of my own eyes. Take it off, everybody's looking at you, and you just know that you just took some confidence away from people because they weren't expecting you to look like that. So
how was did like Nick Walker and Hunter Labrada, and did you notice anything on stage that they felt like, hey, look at us, or just friendly? Thank you guys for watching part 1 of the Brandon Curry interview. And soon, part 2 will be coming out on AJ's World of Bodybuilding. And guys, please remember to subscribe, and we will soon be back with part 2 of the Brandon Curry interview. Hope you guys have a great weekend.